This is a video about the different ways the angels, the archangels usually respond. And you can ask each angel the same question, but you will get a response in a different way. And trying to describe it is that, like, Gabriel brings you clarity so you can see through your issues. Kamael gives you memory and reminds you of them and what happened in the past, and when you remember the memories of a certain issue, you can see how that can affect the future if you go down that path, since you've had similar issues before. And Raphael brings knowledge about the underlying issues. So if you ask something, you will start thinking about what is beneath and really analyze that in some way. And Zadkiel brings you clear knowledge and can bring you quite a good big perception of the future. Not as this will happen or that happen, but you can see the variables of the future. You know that you must make the decisions, and then you can decide what movement you're taking, going to the left or right or straight ahead or up or down, and you make those kind of decisions, since you have quite a clear perception of where you should be going or where you feel you should be going. And Haniel is great with giving you the gift of intuition. You perceive answers in a very different way, so you become aware of answers around you that are not like written or spoken. You feel like the answers can be in quite different ways, and she's very good with helping with that and teach you that as well. And Zadkiel is amazing. He expands your perception, so you see like the big picture of the big picture, and you can think of, let's say, 8 different ways to do something, and so you can make up your mind what way to go. And that is a great thing, since when you can expand your perception, then you also can set boundaries there. So it is a great angel to work with. Many fear Saturn, but I love Saturn. And Michael brings you guidance, and he gives you the guidance looking at your deepest needs and feelings. So there is the difference there. What do you want and what do you need? That often comes up when you are asking for help from the angels. They look at your soul. What does your soul really need? And so on. And if you ask for help for your family, that is what does the family need, not want. There is a slight difference there. And Raziel brings wisdom in relation to your greatest needs. So what is your greatest needs? And you, especially if you are new to this, you think that you want a new car or a job or something else, and the angels won't give you an answer to that. Instead, they look at your soul and what you truly need to be happy and to become the best you can be. So they don't tell you that go and buy that car or apply to that job. They can help you to meet the right people, and that you suddenly might become interested in completely something different. Like, let's say that you want to work with like a nurse, or become a veterinarian, or just generally do something differently. And or you might want to become a judge to bring in justice, or become a CEO who is fair and treats people with respect and equality. So there are so many ways, but angels brings you to the part that is most true to your soul. And Sandalphon brings in perspective in the context of your life. And since he has been on this earth just like Metatron, they have had a body, so they are not so up there as the angels who never had a body in their whole life. So they can know the needs of the body and the needs of the soul as well. And he can bring you perspective in the context of your life and view the whole picture. And Metatron helps you to bring things to completion. You know that your prayers and requests and questions are heard and answered. So he's quite good to close off. When you ask different angel for guidance, sometimes you do that when you are really in a turmoil and don't know what you do. And you call on this angel. I usually finish off with Metatron since Sandalphon and Metatron, they ground the high energies to this earth in a way, since they have walked the earth with a body. So that is just trying to explain it simply. And these are just some simple, so that don't just expect that everything comes as easily and in the same way, since they all speak and have different offices, so they bring the answers to you differently. So sometimes you might get an answer from an angel and then you call on somebody else, since you didn't recognize that the answer has already been given to you. But it is up to us to learn and try to listen, and listen with your heart and not only with your mind or what our desires and needs are. So what your soul needs, that usually guides you to the right answer, and your heart. So have a magical, magical day, and bye for now. And if you have any questions or suggestions for topics or wishes varying from old folklore to magic and so on, I'm happy to answer. And so on. Have a magical day. Bye for now.